like you want the sting red on the carpet. On a screen in your room, you laugh at the killer, then lock every door. Your pulse in the dark starts pacing the floor. Every frame gets under your skin. Every scream makes you lean in. You say, I'm fine, but your hands won't quit. Rewind the screams. Rewind the screams. You wanna feel afraid, then beg for relief. Rewind the screams. Rewind the screams. That sweet little shiver when the monster breathes. The masked one in shadow, the girl in the hall, the knife on the stair, and the slow final call. You cover your eyes, but you peek through your fingers. Fear in the glow like smoke in your lungs. Every frame gets under your skin. Every scream makes you lean in. You say, I'm fine, but your hands won't quit. Rewind the screams. Rewind the screams. You wanna feel afraid, then beg for relief. Rewind the screams. Rewind the screams. That sweet little shiver when the monster breathes. When the credits roll, you're still not the same. The hallway feels wrong and it calls your name. But you go back in, stare at the flame. 'Cause fear on the screen feels safer than shame. Rewind the screams. Rewind the screams. You wanna feel afraid, then beg for relief. Rewind the screams. Rewind the screams. That sweet little shiver when the monster breathes. Rewind the screams. Rewind the screams. You keep coming back for the ache in your teeth.
Hey up, it's Steve from the Old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to episode 187 of Insidious, The Last Key. Take 2. This was supposed to be last week's show, but I cancelled because I mourned you, as we say. But anyway, so this is what we're doing this week. Insidious, The Last Key, the penultimate so far chapter of the Insidious saga. I don't think I'll be doing The Red Door because I really didn't like that one. Maybe I'll have to watch it again and see if I liked it, but I didn't like it on the previous watch. But this one's a good film, so that's what we're going to do tonight. But before we get going, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm rubbish at this pointing stuff. There we go. Like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. We're live on YouTube. I'll just double check. Yes, we are. We're live on YouTube. And we're live on Rumble. Yes, we are. and all that cool stuff. Explore the description for links for stuff like merch and me books. Hang on, they're under something. I've got a new toy, and they were underneath that. A new toy which I'm kind of disappointed with, but never mind. Where were they? Mercury Rapids, light-hearted sci-fi action adventure about UFOs and stuff. Silent Predator, which way? There we go. Silent Predator, short horror novella about genetically engineered big cats eating people in a North Yorkshire village. Oh, excuse me. They're an Amazon Kindle and paperback. Give them a whirl. My voice has gone funny. Anywho, what else? Oh, check out the social medias and stuff like that. Facebook, Instagram, all that palaver. X. What else? It's Spotify, Patreon, my other channels, my other websites, blah, 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 and all that stuff. Become a member and you get early access videos, like the one that has gone public today, but it was for members before that. And stuff like that. On Patreon, I've started doing last night. Yeah, well, last night I did a live stream, a live watch party for Stargate, The Ark of Truth, which were fun because I was there by myself. But never mind. I still enjoyed watching it. And Win Grace is here saying, Insidious, is this about root beer? It should be, shouldn't it? I've never had root beer. I've tried finding it around here. I'm sure somebody somewhere must sell it because I want to know if it is vile, as Garak said it was in Deep Space Nine. But anyway, thank you for that, Win Grace. Yes, it is about root beer. From beginning to end, it's just a glass of root beer with the bubbles. If root beer has bubbles, I don't know. I've never had any. Right, so where were we? Insidious, The Last Key from 2018. As I said, it's the penultimate chapter of the Insidious saga. I think there's another one coming, I'm sure I saw on YouTube a trailer. I'm not sure, though. Insidious, there was the one after this, Insidious the Red Door, and I think there's another one, something like Into the Further or something like that. Sequel, there we go. Sorry, it's Out of the Further. Sorry. I'm just reading. That's why I'm going to. Every time I read, I've got to go. I don't know it's coming out. It's still in the works. Filming began in September 2025. Oh, it's scheduled for an August 2026 release. Right, so I'll keep an eye out for that. But we're not watching, we're breaking down and reviewing Insidious, The Last Key, which was directed by Adam Robitel. I'm probably mispronouncing that, which the name rings a bell. What's he done? The Taking of Deborah Logan. Really good film. Kind of found footage. Escape Room. I've not seen that. One. But that's probably where I know him from. The Taking of Deborah Logan. Oh, Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. He did that as well. So he kind of does horror films, I'm guessing. That's his forte. That's what I'm thinking of. Right, where else? Written by Lee Whannell. Lee Whannell, I think, directed the third one, Chapter 3 and Chapter 2. The first one was directed by... How did he do? No, he just did Chapter 3. The first two were directed by James Wan. Weren't they? But anyway. And it stars Lin Shaye. Lin Shaye returns as... what's her face? I forgot her name. Elise. It's also got Angus Sampson. Basically, the core crew come back. Angus Sampson, Lee Whannell. We've also got Spencer Locke, Caitlin Gerard, and Bruce Davison, who you may know from X-Men and other stuff. And music. And a quick cameo, a quick jump scare cameo from Joseph Bishard. As I said, he also did the music. It had a budget of $10 million. So they're keeping the budgets down, although the budget for the first Insidious was $1 million. God knows how they managed that, but they did. One of my favourite horror films of all time. But anyway, box office of $168 million. So it did well. It did well. at the box office. Right, so I think that's about it, isn't it? Yeah. Anything else? Anything else I can think of? I don't know. But we'll get into it, won't we? Ingrid says, yeah, a few weeks. Are we on about that other film? I forgot what it's called already. Insidious. I forgot. Out of the Further or Into the Further, whatever they're calling it. Anyway, right. We'll get on with it. We're not going to just watch the film because YouTube would just stop the stream because they do things like that. But never mind. We're going to go through it in a series of stills, may play the odd little snippet. And I'll try and remember what I've gleaned from. There wasn't a lot. There was not a lot on the Blu-ray, to be honest, behind the scenes. Like I said, some featurettes and stuff like that. No, like commentaries or anything, but, whatever. It is what it is. Right, so I shall put myself over yonder. There I go. And we'll get the old transparency on to stop them copyright claims, which they seem to be doing so far. And we'll add this. I don't have to do it. I was going to say full screen, but I don't have to. Come here. There we go. Add it to the stage. There it is, and we'll get on with it. It should begin. There we go. The company idents. Oh, God, I'm burping. I had a big swig of Iron Brew not long before I started. I always blame something. I'm just a burpy bugger, aren't I, basically? Anyway, where were we? Right. I can't see my keys. There. Universal, yay! Still prefer the old one. I do. Still prefer the old 70s Universal ident. But anyway, I'll get through all these. Blumhouse, blah, blah, blah. And here it comes. Oh, it's not going to show it, is it? It's going to skip over it. There we go. Insidious. It doesn't begin, by the way, with the... What is it like? Scrapey violins, really loud. All that stuff. It usually does in the others, doesn't it? Really loud and scary and demonic. It's just kind of quiet on this one for some reason. It says the last key, or it should do somewhere. Where does it say it? Insidious. There we go. The last key. And right, we begin. We're in a prison. There we go. 5 Keys, New Mexico, 1953. So we're in a prison. By the way, I think this was filmed entirely in California. Fanchade is here. On tasks, prepping for worldwide Save Stargate fans weekend listening. Thank you, Fanchade, for listening in. But I know you're there in the background. Thank you for that. Yes, there's going to be a big weekend of Save Stargate events all around, well, the world, really. Fans getting together to save it. And maybe they will, maybe they won't. We'll see. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yes, they were in a prison. What I was saying, I think it was filmed in all in California. Santa Clarita, California. And that's about it, really. That's what all it says. Speaking of Santa Clarita, I wish Netflix had bring that series back. Santa Clarita Diet with Drew Barrymore and I forgot his name now. No me and names. And that other fella. I really liked that, and they cancelled it after, I think, 3 seasons, and it was just getting interesting. Bloody Netflix. Anyway, no. But it's set in New Mexico. I think, well, the other Insidious is filmed in New Zealand, or at least one of them. Because that's where Lee Whannell's from, I think. I think he's from New Zealand. And I'm going to check it. Just bear with me. There we go. The first film. I'm just looking. Just talk amongst yourselves. Filming. Oh no, it wasn't. It filmed in Los Angeles. What? I'm thinking of another film then, obviously, that were filmed in New Zealand, made to look like America. What it that? No One Will Save You, or something like that. It doesn't matter. I'm waffling, aren't I? I'm waffling. Right. So we're in a prison. We're in a prison in 1953. 5 Keys, New Mexico. Why did they pick New Mexico? Don't know. Was it just random? I don't know. Dew Bend. Weird name, isn't it? State penitentiary. Penitentiary. Is that how you spell it? It doesn't look right, does it? Is that how you spell penitentiary? I think it is. It just looks weird in capitals, maybe. I don't know. Anyway. Right, so there we go. The Rainier family live there. Remember Elise Rainier, Lin Shaye. It's the family home of the Rainiers, and they live on the prison grounds because Daddy Rainier is a guard there. And there he is. He's played by somebody that usually plays baddies, and I can't remember his name. So just bear with me while I check him out. Josh Stewart. He's got that face where he's good at playing baddies. I'm sure he's played good guys at some point. But anyway. But he's a baddie in this one. There he is in his prison uniform. That's Christian, Elisa's little brother. And he's watching TV and all that because it's the height of the Cold War and duck and cover and all that stuff's on all over the place. So there we go. There's young Elise Rainier doing a drawing. Is she drawing a red dot? No. Oh, no, she's drawing a scary person. Somebody strapped into the electric chair, basically. Because as we know, Elise has gifts. She's a medium or a psychic or whatever. She sees dead people. And she sees the victims of the electric chair. So anyway, so she knows all about, I think the lights flicker or something like that, and maybe somebody's just been executed, something like that happens. And then she says, look, he just died. Because she knows, and then she knows that he had what he had for his last meal and what he did and all that stuff. And mother sends him to bed. There she is. I forgot what she's called. Mother Rainier. Melissa, is it? No, not Melissa. Oh, the wrong one. Where are we going? Audrey. She's Audrey, played by Tessa Ferrer. Is she related to Hosey Ferrer and all them? I'm going to check. I should do all this beforehand, shouldn't I? Hey, where are we? Tessa Ferrer. Hosey Ferrer and Miguel Ferrer and all them. Yes, Hosey Ferrer is her grandfather. Rosemary Clooney is her grandmother. Pat Boone is her other grandfather. Don't say who her dad is. She's the daughter of singer Debbie Boone, and through her father Gabriel Ferrer, granddaughter of actor Jose Ferrer, who's been in loads of stuff. Most notably for me, The Amazing Captain Nemo, which is a brilliant, it was like a TV mini-series thing in I think 1978. It was rubbish. I went to see it at the cinema, though. They released it theatrically over here, and I thought it was brilliant, but rubbish as well. Anyway, but that's by the by. So there she is. So she's part of the Ferrer family. So anyway, sends the kids off to bed. She knows about Elisa's gift. Maybe she's got it as well. We don't really say. But Daddy doesn't like it. And there we see the toys are out on the floor. And apparently Elisa tidied them up. So one of the ghosts that they see, I think she says it's a ghost of a little boy, gets them back out again. Which is, it wasn't me who made this mess. It was the little boy. Anyway. So she tells her, she says, don't tell anybody about your gift. I believe you've got a gift, but don't tell anybody about it, particularly your father, because he's mental and he'll beat you. She doesn't say that, but that's what happened. So he said, okay, I promise. So off they go to bed. Time for bed. Said Zebedee, boing. Nobody outside Britain knows what I'm talking about. Dear. Right, so anyway, so they're off to bed. There we go. Oh, she gives Christian, she just decides to pick this night for some reason, to give Christian like a police whistle. One of them police whistles. Why did I have to do that? I don't know. So she gives him that and says, blow it and I'll come running, whatever I'm doing, which is, so this is kind of Chekhov's whistle. We see it a few times in the film, and obviously by the end, it gets used. Kind of in anger, if you know what I mean. When it's needed. Anyway, there we see he's on the top bunk, she's on the bottom bunk behind some sheets and stuff. And then we see the night time. What's happening here? I'm still talking about Cold War and being killed to death by nuclear bombs. But anyway, so she's in bed and she's talking to Christian. She says, "Are you awake?" And then a voice says, "Yes." We'll learn in a minute that that's not Christian. But anyway, so do you ever think about the people who go to the electric chair? And the voice says, "Sometimes." And she says, "Where do you think they go after they die?" And the voice says something like, "Somewhere where it's dark," something like that. Have I skipped over it? Let's have a look. I know. Oh, voice says, "I know where they go. They go into the dark." Dun dun dun. So then she realizes maybe that's not Christian up there. I thought when she looked up that we could see the. I don't think can we see him? Oh yes, we can. We can see that there's something putting pressure on the mattress above. But she looks out. There we go. She looks out and she sees Christian's asleep in that chair. Don't know why. I'm guessing maybe he couldn't get comfortable in bed because of the ghosts. I don't know. And he's gone sleeping in the chair. And he's fast asleep. So she's like, "Oh!" So she gets up. She says, "Christian, are you all right?" Look, oh, she says, there's nobody in the bed. But then we see, I think, there we go. Oh, somebody runs past. Ghost. Oh, creepy stuff. I like stuff like this, by the way, when stuff happens in the background. I mean, there is one part where I had to rewind it. And I went, "Oh, yeah, I saw that. I didn't notice it first time." And to rewind it, I go, "Oh, yes, there's something there." So when we get to that bit, I'll point it out. Anywho, so there we go. We see that there's nobody there. And then she goes to the closet and she starts talking into the darkness. And they're saying they're not in the closet. Christian gets scared. He goes and hides on Elisa's bed. And he says he's not in the closet. And she says, "Where are you then?" And it turns out he's in the hang on, see, I've gone too far. He's with there we go. He's with Christian and the bunk bed. I don't know what's happening here though. I'm not sure who this is. There we go. We get a bit of a look at it there, don't we? Oh, it's got the whistle, by the way, because it blows the whistle. And I think this is the main demon of the film, I think. The key, I forgot what they call it, the key ghost, key thingy. What they call it? I forgot what they call it. Key face, that's it. They call it key face. Which is kind of a rip-off. Not really, but I'll say, I bet Lee Whannell thought about the episode of Buffy called Hush, with the gentleman and that big Richter's smile that they've got, and they take everybody's voice. That's what the key face does. Anyway, for some reason, it's got a mask. I don't know where that's come from, but there it is. So, but they're all screaming. And then Dad, I forgot his name already. Is it Gerald? Yes, Gerald Rainier comes running up. So he's going to beat the kids, particularly. Well, he's going to beat Elise. So he's got his switch look, and he says to her, "Tell me, he says, have you been seeing ghosts?" And she says, "Yes. I cannot tell a lie." And he says, "Just say no." And she says, "I can't. I see them. They're everywhere." She does a bit of a Haley Joel Osment. So he gives her a good hiding, basically. The mother's saying, "Stop it, she's only a child." And that's they get quite emotional in this part of the film, because I don't like seeing kids getting upset on films. Even though they're acting, it still affects me, because I'm a big soft pob. But so he beats her with the stick, and then he grabs hold of her. "Oh, she's just a little girl." And no, and then he takes her down to the cellar. He's going to lock her in the cellar, because he's a monster. He's a monster. He deserves everything that's coming to him eventually. But he goes and locks her in the cellar, and there he goes, "Let me out, Dad." And I was like filling up. I'm thinking, poor little bugger. But there he says, lays down the law, obey the rules and sleep under my roof, or you can break the rules and sleep under my floor. So she's locked in the cellar for the night. So she makes the bed. I don't know. I'm guessing she has been before. I don't know. But she gets the generator going. I was thinking, won't they hear it upstairs? You know, what? I'm guessing this is like an emergency generator if the power goes out, but she gets it going, the lights come on. Briefly, albeit briefly. But anyway, then she notices a light coming. My voice asks her that. Are you scared of the dark? And then she says, "Who are you?" And he says, "Open the door and you'll find out," and all that stuff. And there we go. We see that there's a door there. We can see this door, but so a red door as well. But later on, when Gerald comes running down and his wife Audrey comes in, we see that it's not there, but she can see it. Therefore, we can see it. But anyway, a light comes there. Comes through the keyhole. So she's got to find the key, which she does kind of instantly for some reason. I'm not exactly sure. I don't understand the logic behind this, to be honest. Because this is the where she's freeing Keyface, but we've already seen that Keyface has been with Christian upstairs. So how does she? I don't understand. Unless that wasn't Keyface and it was somebody else. I don't know. But it says just unlock the door, and then when she finds the key there, there's a key just handily hung on the hung on the nail that opens this magical door. But anyway, she does, and then we get a glimpse at Keyface. Hang on, there we go. It's not at Keyface's hand, and we see that the key that she put in has now. I don't know how this happened because 1 minute as it's turning, there we go. As it's turning in the lock, it's like a regular key, but then when it falls out, it's like it's a finger end with a key on it. So obviously, it's spiritual, supernatural stuff. Anyway, a scary hand comes out with all keys for finger ends. It's skipping over all the good bits in it. It always does. There we go. And the key finger end with the key fuses onto it, and there we go. And we see that's doing like electrical sparks as it goes up the door. There we go, like that. Don't know why. It just looks cool, I suppose. Pardon me. And then it goes back in. So I'm not entirely sure the point of this, to be honest, because has she freed it so it can, come out and, get up to stuff? Or maybe it could influence, and it could appear outside the red door, but not actually physically do anything. And now it can. I don't know, but whatever. So there we go. So her eyes go all funky, and then the house starts shaking and all that stuff. So Audrey's going to go down and check on Elise, and she's not. She says, "Elise, are you all right?" She says, "Elise, are you okay?" Well, by the way, we see, look, there's no door there. Elise is facing the door, but there's no door there as far as Audrey's concerned. But anyway, then there we go. This rope. There we go. See this rope or cord or whatever it is comes round the neck. She doesn't seem to notice because it's CG. And it goes round the neck. And there we go, lifts her up and hangs her. She has been hanged. Not hung, she has been hanged. And until she is dead. And then Elise comes to. Oh no! And then Gerald comes down. Oh, see, I've missed a bit now. Gerald comes down, and poor Audrey's no longer with us. And she says, Elise says, "I'm sorry," and he just stares at her. Screams no, and then Elise wakes up because it were all a dream, but she was remembering in her dream something that happened as a kid. We'll have another flashback in a bit. But there's Elise, Lin Shaye, who I bet is a really lovely person. Whenever I've seen her in interviews and all the films she's been, she's always really nice, isn't she? Has she ever played like a horrible baddie or anything like that? I don't think she has. But anyway, so here she is. Looking through her sketch pads, and there we go. She's got a drawing of the Keyface with his keys. So it's like Freddy Krueger, but with keys instead of knives. Look, she's remembering. Look, give me the key? ? Anywho, right. Oh, there's the dog. What happened to that dog? Does it die? I can't remember. Remember, we're still in the past, by the way, from Insidious. I think Insidious was set in whatever year, and then Insidious 2 were after Insidious 1, and then from then on, all the Insidious films have been prequels, haven't they? But and Justin's here saying, "Hello, everyone, happy Friday." Yes, you haven't missed much. Anywho, right, so here we go. We see that Specs and I forgot his name. He's Specs, obviously, because he wears specs. We learned he's actually called Stephen. Cool name, with a V as well. Tucker, there we go. Angus Sampson plays Tucker. Is Angus Sampson not American either? Yes, I thought he was Australian. Lee Wanell is... Oh, he's Australian as well. I thought from New Zealand. Anyway, they're living with her, and we see that they are now, paranormal investigators, a house of paranormal investigators, and we see that they've been investigating a church. We missed something. There is movement in the frame. I don't think it shows it on the screen. I don't think. She says it's a piece of lint, but we don't really see anything, do we? No, it's not showing us because it's not important. But Tucker's been putting a fitting on the lights so they can just say lights and the lights will come on and all that. It doesn't work properly, but a bit of comedy relief and all that. Then the phone rings. There we go. And it's Ted Garza. And he wants her to go and sort out the ghost in his house. And he says the address in a minute. And she says, I can't help you. Come on, there we go. 414 Apple Tree Road, which just happens to be that house that she grew up in, in the grounds of the prison and all that. And she says, well, she breaks a pencil for a start because she realises, look, hang on. Oh, because you've always got to break your pencil, haven't you? When you get bad news. Good job she wasn't using a pen. So she says, I can't help you, I'm sorry, bye, and hangs up on him, basically. So anyway, and then we see she's getting changed, and we see that she's got, they're going to show, there we go, she's still got the scars of the beating she took as a child. Anyway, so she's going to tell them the story now about why she refused that job, that dad were a monster and all that, and... are we going to flashback now? Oh, no, it's good. No, we're not. We'll do it in a bit. Anyway, so she decided she's going to take the job. She's going to face her demons. So off they go. We're going to set off to New Mexico. And we see that Tucker's bought a new van. Any minute. Here it comes. There it is. Well, it's a Winnebago, isn't it? I think that is painted black. And so there we go. I think this is an homage to Ghostbusters because he says they only got it for $700 and all that. But anyway, right. So off we go to New Mexico. And there we go. They're entering 5 keys, the appropriately named 5 keys because the hand has got 5 keys on it. We unlock your heart, it says, but it doesn't in this. I'm wondering if it was still inspired by the gentleman from Buffy, because in that they took away in that episode of Buffy, Hush, that the gentleman took people's voices so they couldn't scream as they removed their hearts, didn't he? One of the best episodes of Buffy, isn't it, to be honest? But in this, the key face doesn't take your heart. I think it kind of takes your soul, but he makes it so that you can't scream. Anyway, so here they are. Heading to there we go, the prison grounds where the house is, and we're going to meet Ted Garza, who is played by, I can never remember his name. You know what I'm like with names. Played by, I'll see him in a minute. Where is he? He should be higher up. There we go. Kirk, I don't know how to pronounce it. Acevedo. He's been in loads of stuff as Kirk Acevedo, hasn't he? Fringe, Band of Brothers. He played Joe Toy in Band of Brothers, Thin Red Line, which were rubbish, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, stuff like that. It's been in loads of stuff. But yeah, Band of Brothers, amazing series. Anyway, so here they go. Oh, and she says to him, I've got some clothes I want you to wear. So she's going to put them in uniform. So there you go. So they're wearing black ties now. And so, introduce herself. So, anyway, off they go. Oh, they do a joke, which they try a couple of times. They say she's psychic, and we're sidekicks, and nobody ever gets it. But anyway. Right, so it seems okay. And so looking around, she's looking around her old home. And I think it's basically exactly the same. He said, he bought it as is, and he wanted to do it up, but obviously the ghosts are stopping him. But it's nothing's been removed from the home as he bought it. So she's having a wander around and wondering what's going on and stuff like that. And he says things happen in the bedroom, which I think is her old room. I think the Holy Bible. So there they go. Oh, it blocked off the room. So she's having a look round. Yes, it is her old room. Look, she's still got her handprints on the wall from when she got beaten. So she must have got a lot of them. Unless it's like a nuclear-powered beatings. Shouldn't laugh. But anyway. So anyway, they're going to begin their investigation. That's what they're going to do. There we go. She's got her earplugs in so they can talk to her. I think they're going to wait outside and she's going to, roam the house and see what she can pick up and all that. So there we go. So they're out in the van and she's wandering round. And she's supposed to just stay in the bedroom because he says that's where everything happens. So there we go. So that's what she's doing. She's looking round. Oh, I think she's got a camera as well, a night vision camera that it occasionally cuts to. Here we go. And that's it. This is when we see kind of spooky stuff. And I've probably missed loads of things. But there is one particular time. The night vision camera picks things up that she can't see. But don't know. Do we see anything? Don't know. She finds the whistle, Christian's whistle under the bed. So she grabs that. There you go. So she's found the whistle. There we go. He lost it when he was 6. Now he's got it back. Oh, she's got it back. Anyway, so she carries on. Oh, look, there's something still behind her. Ah! Are you scared? I've actually not noticed that before. I don't know if you can make it out. Can you make it out for the transparency? Hang on, I'll go to that. Look. Something still behind there. Look. Scary. And then look, she turns around and it turns into her dad's prison uniform. Anywho, so she's having a broddle about, and then she sees somebody walking behind the door. Remember, she's the only one in the house. So she goes and investigates, checks it out, doesn't find anything. I think she ends up going downstairs, I think. Hang on. I don't know, is this downstairs? Anyway, this is the bit that I didn't notice first time round. As the camera pans to the left, look, there's some feet, some legs and feet. I don't know, I didn't notice them first time round. But Tucker notices because he says, stop, go back. And then she looks back and then they're gone. There's just a radio there or whatever, cassette player. And he says, I thought I saw some feet. All they've got to do is replay it, haven't they? Oh, you presume they're recording it. But then they said, bloody hell, there was some feet there. But anyway, she carries on, looking round. I don't know. We see a woman in a minute. There we go. She is there. She is. Look, there's a woman standing there. So I'm getting the chills. And she can't see it, but they can't eat her. She can't see her. But anyway, she reaches out, and then lots of jumps. There's too many jump scares in this film, to be honest. But as she reaches out, there we go. That happens. I will play it. I'll play this little bit. Like that. There's a lot of that sort of thing in this film. But whatever. Anyway, so they all go running in because there's a signal goes. She says, a woman said help her, and I don't know why, I don't know, and all that. I think I know. I've seen her before. We get an explanation later on as to why she knows who that person is. But then we're gonna get a flashback now, because she's going to say she does. Hang on, here we go. Yeah, it said when I was 16 years old, and then she walks. See, a teenage self walks behind her. I thought she's going to burst into song or something now. But so we get another flashback when she was 16 years old. So there she is, young Elise, and Christian doesn't seem to have aged much, but from the last time. But never mind. They hear a noise. Their dad's got them scrubbing the floors. I wish I could get my lad to do chores. He won't do anything. Lazy bugger. I wish I were a monster. I could beat him. Anyway, I could if I wanted, because he's 33. But anyway, right. So, by the way, I thought this actress played the same person that we're going to see in a bit, because it's very, very alike to who is going to Elisa's niece that we're going to meet a bit later. But it's a different actress. But I thought it was the same actress. Pardon me, but it's not. Anyway, they hear a noise, so she goes and looks, and we presume she's talking to a ghost. She says, what are you doing there? What do you want? And she said, Christian won't come and, and look to see if you're there. But then Dad arrives. Here he goes, and he looks in. Nobody there. So he's going to go beat her again. By the way, we can see that she's all mucky. You see, she's all mucky, and apparently she smells, and she's wearing dirty clothes. Her dad made her, like that, because when she was younger, she liked a boy called whatever he's called. I can't remember. But her dad caught him kissing. So from that point on, he made it so that she never washed and she never cleaned her clothes. So she'd go to school smelly, so that nobody would want her. And she says, and it worked, because eventually even this lad that kissed her and liked her kind of fell out with her because she was smelly. But so that's why she's all grimy and got dirty clothes on. Anyway, so they're having a row, and he's going to beat her again, but she grabs his head. There we go. Grabs his head and gives him a psychic impression of his own death. Does it show it here? There we go. She grabs his head, and we see images of him basically having a heart attack. So this is going to be his own passing into. But I'd be like, it's obviously a while away, because he's got really grey hair and stuff. But yeah, so she's showing him the day that he dies, and then she runs away. Then says, "I'm not going to let you hurt me anymore." So she goes running out, and leaves Christian behind, which obviously she regrets. I don't know why she just go back with him, just grab him and say, "Come on, Christian, we're going. We're not living with this monster anymore." But she don't. She leaves her little brother behind with the monster, which is a plot point, sort of. So there we go. So that's explaining that. Right. So all I see is that, like somebody's drawn in felt tip pen or whatever on this thing, a red door. So she said, I saw a red door in the cellar and all that. And when helped the people in the previous film, I forgot what they're called now, Quinn Brenner, I think that's what she was called, the girl in Insidious 3. She said, I saw a red door then. So explaining that. But anyway, they're in the diner now, and these two young girls come in, and I thought she was the same actress that played 16-year-old Elise, but she's not. She just looks a lot like her, in my opinion. Sorry, Justin, I'm ignoring you, aren't I? This is a good movie, says Justin, and he likes jump scares. I would, seeing your death and feeling it would make him change. You'd think, yeah. Do you think I would think seeing your death and feeling it would make him change? You'd think so, wouldn't you? But it doesn't. We find out, don't we? Because it kind of gets worse, doesn't it? But it's not. It's not him. It's the influence of Keyface, isn't it, that's made him do these horrible things and other stuff that we're going to see in a bit. Anyway, it turns out these two, whose names I've forgotten already, Imogen and somebody else. where are they? Imogen and Melissa. I think that's Imogen. I think that's Melissa. They're her nieces, Christian's daughters. The Christian's daughters. So, and Melissa's really friendly. She's really happy to meet Elise, even though she doesn't know she's their auntie at this point. But she's just super friendly. And obviously, Tucker and Specs are super in love suddenly. Anyway. So they say, I'm sorry, nice to meet you and all that. And then they go, Dad, come over here. And then they say, oh, hello, Christian, it's me. Have I aged that much? And he's basically like, I have nothing to say to you. I have a bow tie, therefore I am eccentric or whatever. But so he's not happy to see you. You left me and all that stuff. I'm sorry, etc. Come on, daughters, we are leaving. And she follows them out. I says, look, children, you terrified me. All this talk of Red Dawn and stuff like that. So he storms out. So you see, like, he storms out, he jumps in his car and drives off. And I never noticed that before that there were nobody in with him. And because what happens next, I thought, hang on, why aren't they in the car with him? Because he stormed off but left them there. But they've got their own car, it seems. So anyway. Elise is all sad because her brother's not happy at seeing her after, I'm not sure what year this is set in. It's set before the first Insidious film. When did the first Insidious film come out? Can't remember. The first film, there we go, first film. Insidious, 2010. So I'm guessing that it was set in 2010. So 1953, it's like 57 years, isn't it? Yeah, 2010, 57 years. Just like Ripley in Aliens. Anywho, so she's sad, and Specs a supportive hand on her shoulder. But then Melissa appears out of nowhere. There she is. And, oh, I'm sorry, she says, and all that. Why are they in the car with him? This just left them behind, but they've got their own vehicle. So they says, apologising for her dad, and she said, I'm happy to meet you. I didn't even know you existed. And I'm so happy. And they give her a photo, there we go, of the whistle. Show your dad this, the whistle that she's found, and all that. So she gives her a hug. So, and she says, he's a great dad. And actually got a bit emotional here, little bit, 'cause you know what I'm like. Where are we? Let's go back a bit. It says, he's a great dad. He says, you don't know how happy that makes me feel. And anyway. Right, so another bit, another comedy bit where she gives her a hug and then leaves, and he goes in for a kiss, and obviously it doesn't happen. Right, so they go back to Kirk Acevedo's house, because I've forgotten his name already. Ted Garza. Go back to Ted Garza's house. And she's back in again in the dark. But she's got Tucker with her this time, and he's got a big, what they call them? One of them, I think when I was a kid, he was called like electric ear or something like that. You know, parabolic sound thing, you know, with the pick up sounds. Anyway. Windgrace is saying, I saw Burn, Evil Dead Burn. That's why I missed the UFO stream. Oh, my, because I played your song, didn't I? Anyway, so she's talking about the red door. She talks about the red door that she saw when she helped in the previous film. There we go, showing a quick glimpse of it there. And anyway, so she's going to be listening in for voices and stuff. I don't think I heard anything, to be honest. I don't know if there are any like little background whispers or something. I wasn't really paying that much attention. I wonder if listen to it with earphones. I wonder if there is little, you know, things that you can barely hear, little whispers and stuff. I bet there is, but I just watched it on TV. Anyway, so they're having a wander around. It's this one where I think they end up in the cellar because they hear noises, and it's calling them down to the cellar. There we go. They're not supposed to go down there, by the way, for reasons. And then this is where my mum was hanged. And then we see there's no, that's where the red door was, but there's no red door. And she hears a noise. She hears noise. Well, I think they hear the whistle. Because earlier on, she'd found the whistle, but the ghost that grabbed onto her said, help her, that grabbed the whistle and took it away. But so then they hear the whistle, and it's behind this wall. So they've got to find a way through that wall or whatever. But there we go. She finds a keyhole. Look, a keyhole. So and then they're going to find a. The key is just that. The key just happens to be on a ring of keys that's with her dad's uniform. And I think she gets the first one because it doesn't. So I don't think it shows her like going through lots of different keys. She just gets the first one straight away. Maybe she remembers, but obviously it can't be the same key as before because that changed into a spooky ghost finger key, didn't it? Key face key. Anyway, there you go. In it goes. Opens up the door. She goes inside. He gives her a torch, flashlight, whatever you want to call it. And we see what we think is a ghost. Look, there's the whistle in the middle of the floor. And we see the ghost. There we go. But it turns out it's not a ghost. It's actually a young woman being held prisoner. Anyway, it says she's not a ghost. There we go. That's not a ghost. And she's all chained up as well. It says, I'll break the chain, but Ted Garza's there. Sorry, I've got tickling my nose. I think it's one of my mustache whiskers. And he's there with a gun. And he's saying, look, what, you shouldn't be down here. I asked you to help me get rid of the ghost, not go prowling around my house. So he's pointing a gun at him. But upstairs, obviously, Specs can hear all this. And you think he's gonna top himself here, but he doesn't. He goes running upstairs to deal with Specs, and Specs is hiding. And so we have a little bit where he's following Specs around the house, and Specs ends up killing him, squishes him with a big wardrobe thing. Over here it is. Look at that. Squish. So Ted Garza is no more. Proper squished and all. Yeah. So then I think we cut to, the police are there. They're taking statements. Look, woo! Police are there. So I don't think he'll get into trouble. They've done a good thing. They've found that young woman. She's now safe. Apparently she disappeared about a month ago. She was a nurse, I think it says. There we go. Her name is Mara Jennings. Pardon me. Nurse outside of town. I think it's a month. 4 months. Been missing for 4 months. So anyway, so there we go. So now we're wondering, hang on, what's going on here? Why did he have this woman under his house and all that? And who was the ghost of the other woman saying help her? And she recognizes, I've seen her before. But later find out that it was the ghost that she saw when she was 16. That it was that person. Anyway, they've got the police saying, you stick around don't leave town. Basically, they always say that, don't they? But it says, I'm not going anywhere. And they usually say that as well, don't they? But it says, no, we'll be here. Anyway, so obviously, Specs has just killed a man. So he's feeling a bit weird about it. And so that's what she says. You've done a good thing. There are plenty of demons in this world who are very much alive. You have done good, or whatever. You stop one of them. But anyway, she looks up. We see a ghost in the window, looking a bit like the Pink Lady of. God, I forgot what it is now. The name Greenville Mansion. I think it's not something like that. It's Green Castle Mansion. One of my favourite ghost photos of the Pink Lady. Looking a bit like that, but not as glowy. Justin says, I think a new one of Insidious is coming out soon. Yeah, we were talking about that just before you got here, that Out of the Further or something is coming out in August, isn't it, apparently? So looking forward to that. I hope it's better than the Red Door, because that were rubbish. Anyway. Sorry, just I'm ignoring you again, aren't I? What are you talking about up here? Oh, you're on my Evil Dead Burn, aren't you? Sorry, I'm just checking the chat, and Win Grayson just talking about Evil Dead Burn. It says, you're going to see Odyssey. Also, Tasha had a stream update that day. Was going back and forth. Who's Tasha? Do I know Tasha? You'll have to drop a link in the chat. Anywho, so there you go. She's seen her. Right. What's happening now? Oh, yes, it's Christian's. For some reason, he's gone back to the house, and there's his daughters as well have gone with him, and he's going in. I don't know why, but he's going inside. I can't remember. Oh, he's looking for that whistle. Oh, my gosh. He's got the photo. That's it. He's got the photo of the whistle. So he's looking for it. Little silver whistle. So while they're doing that, Elise is at the police station giving her statement. And so she's telling them, it's what I do. I sort out ghosts and stuff. And he seems okay with it. He's not saying, you're a crazy old dame. Doesn't say anything like that. But anyway, they're looking for stuff. They're talking about why would Gaza, invite you up there, at the risk of the girl being discovered. And she says, well, maybe, the terror of these ghosts, overrode his better judgment, so to speak. And the policeman says, maybe he wanted to be caught. So maybe there is that. But then we have another jump scare in a minute. Here we go. There we go. We have another jump scare of somebody with a thing in their neck. Is this? I think that's Melissa, isn't it? Because Melissa's gonna get got soon. I think that's Melissa. So she's kind of having a vision of the future. So that jump scare there. He says, do you need me anymore? He says, no, not really. It's okay, I'm going. So she just goes. Right, so here's Melissa having a poke round in the scary house. And she's down in the cellar, isn't she? Yes, she is. And she hears a noise as she goes over to investigate. There goes, it's the keys, and they have a little, as though something's underneath this tissue or whatever this is. But then she gets got any second now. There we go. Key face punches her in the face or whatever. Wingray says, I think I'll see it, but not sure when. You're on about the next Insidious film. August 21st, day after my birthday. Happy birthday for August 21st. Reminders, because I'll forget. Happy prelated birthday. Yes, happy prelated birthday. I'll try and remember. I'll put it on my phone. Justin's birthday. August 21st. Anyway, so there we go. She's knocked to the floor and she's in pain. And this is where we get a good look. Well, let's first proper look at Key Face. Here it comes. Here it comes, sneaking up on her. By the Key Face is played by Javier Botet, who's that Spanish. He's basically the Spanish Doug Jones. He plays skinny monsters and stuff. He played the I suppose creature in Wreck, the original Wreck films. And he also played Dracula in Last Voyage of the Demeter. August 20th. You said day after your birthday up there, didn't you? See, I'm that thick, I didn't even do the math. And Beardy Brits is here. Hello, Beardy Brits. Happy Friday. I don't think I've checked out your dad joke of the day today. Go and subscribe to Beardy Brits' channel and Windgrace's channel as well. He's got a new video up today. Go and subscribe to those channels. I'm going to put links in the description, so just bear with me. Bear with me. Where are we? All subscriptions. There we go. Windgrace. There it is. So here's Windgrace's link. I'll put it in the chat. If I can. There it is. And we'll look for Beardy Britz's channel next. Is it in alphabetical order? Oh, it is. I've got it in alphabetical order, thank goodness. Where are we? It's just Brits, isn't it? It's not Beardy Brits, it's just Brits. There we go. Although it is at Beardy Brits. So I'll stick that in the chat as well. So go and subscribe to Win Grace and Beardy Brits. I don't think Justin's got a channel. Have you, Justin? Well, you have, but I don't think you've not got anything on it, if you know what I mean. Right. Where were we? Oh, yes. Javier Botet is going to come and get Melissa. Right, so here he comes. He's crawling towards her. Scream. But here come the Elise and the guys. They're coming back, and all that's happening. Gonna get her. She's screaming her head off, but the key comes out and just goes into her neck like magic, and it clicks, and the screaming stops. Like I say, it's like Hush, Buffy's Hush, and all that. So now we can do what he wants with it. It kind of takes a like with the kid. I forgot his bloody name now. They have weird names, don't they? In the first Insidious film, there's that one called Foster, and the other's called something else. I can't remember, but well, me, the kid, when the lipstick faced demon does whatever it does to the kid, he kind of goes into. It's like he's asleep. He's not in a coma. He's just asleep in a sleep that won't wake up, and that's what happens with Melissa. So they basically just find her unconscious, and we see that. Oh no, actually no, he's taking her heart, the key to her heart. So he's doing that as well. But it's like taking their souls or whatever into, or their spirit, their Manitou. But anyway, so the ambulance has arrived and they're taking her away. And there we go. She says, "We're going to sort this out." And he says, "I'll help you." There's Imogen. I'll help you because I see things too. So she's psychic as well, she says. So they're gonna help each other. So there, right. So what they're gonna do now? Oh, right, they've got to look for that Bible for some reason. They're looking for it. There's actually a deleted scene where she gets got. You know, the key face grabs her, and I think Specs saves her. But cut it out. It was like an extended part of this scene. But anyway. They're looking for that Bible, I think, and he finds a cool comic. Where is it? Oh, Pete's sake, there we go. Journey into the Beyond comic. He says it's a classic, worth a lot of money. I presume this is one of Christian's comics. But anyway. Right, so they're down in the cellar. Having a good old route about. They find a night dress, whatever, in that duct. What's happening here? She's doing a bit of I can never remember what they call it. They call it now. You know, when you're psychic and you can hold an object and get visions connected to that object. I can never remember that word. I should add it to me my list of words I can never remember. Like improvisations, words like that. Oh dear. Anyway, never mind. She does that. And so she's seen that her dad also got people and shook them in the cellar, much as Ted Garza did. Justin says, those old comics like that are wild. I've got one. Never put it. Well, I could put it away. I've got one like Tales of Weird. I got it at Comic Con. Them old horror comics, which is cool. They were gory and scary. What was I saying? I forgot. Yes, of course. Him. He's been kidnapping people and locking them in the cellar, and I don't really know why. Because obviously Keyface, you know, the demon. I'm guessing it's supposed to be a spirit. They're saying this that it's an ex-convict or something that were wronged in the prison, probably by him. And and it's come back for revenge, but it's turned into a demon and got keys for fingers for some reason. And now I guess it wants souls, etc. But so is he providing the souls? So why ain't the demon just taking them straight away? Why are they cooped up for months and months? I don't know. But anyway. Justice says, in America, it was kind of outlawed. The comic system was started because of them. Yes, the I forgot what they call it now. The comics code, anyway, basically want it. Justin, yes, you do, Justin. Start a channel and do lots of Angry Berry stuff. You know what grinds my gears? That sort of stuff. Where were we? Oh, yes. So he's been doing the same as Ted Garza did, and this is now what Elise is finding out. Anyway, she escapes. This young woman that he's got trapped. This is obviously after Elise left. Oh no, it isn't. It isn't after Elise left. This is the day Elise leaves. She escapes. I think she gets a key from somewhere. I don't know how. Keys keep appearing, don't they, magically? And she gets out, she escapes, she gets out of her chains and stuff that she's chained up with, and she escapes. And then she's in the laundry room. And she is what Elise sees. She knocks something over and makes a noise as the kids are scrubbing. And there we go. And she sees her. So she's not a ghost. She's a real person. And then when Dad comes, she's hiding. She's hiding behind there. And he kills her. The kerfuffle happens with Elise, and she runs off. And then when they go back in, he basically beats her to death. Here we go. Gives her a good old with his big stick. Beats her to death. Or nearly beats her. But she does die anyway, but not straight away. And so she's seeing that. Look, my father is exactly the same thing that Gaza did. I let him kill her and all that stuff. Anyway, so I find there's something else. There's a suitcase in there. And we're thinking this fan's going to turn on at some point. But I don't think it doesn't. So it goes in. Or does she go in? No, she goes in. I think she's Bishop of Aliens. And she gets this suitcase. What's in it? Bits and bobs. What is it? Anna. All right. So it was Anna, that young woman. I failed you, but I'll not fail anybody else. So she's carrying on, and she finds more suitcases that have been shoved in this super long pipe. But anyway, you weren't the only one. How many people have? Because I'm guessing, I don't know, did her dad do all these, or is it just people that have lived there before them? That's been doing this over the years. Don't know. But anyway, she carries on. Do we get another jump scare? I think we get another jump scare. Because it keeps going backwards and forwards, cutting, her looking down the corridor and then cutting to her face. So we're obviously going to get a jump scare, aren't we, at some point? We are. She keeps looking down. I think she keeps hearing noises. And there we go. Ah! It comes out of the suitcase. Sort of like, Pennywise style. But it's probably the best look at his face there, isn't it? If I can do it right. I keep pressing the wrong button. There we go. Here it comes. Ah! Scary stuff. Looks a bit like Eddie, doesn't it, from Iron Maiden? Anyway. Right, so we have another flashback, a quick flashback. And is she in the further now? Oh, she might be. I think she might be. Yes, I think she's in the further now. I think she's been knocked out, so her spirit is in the further. She's talking to herself, so to speak. I mean, I do that all the time, but just not to a younger version of myself. So they've got to work out what to do, and they're looking for it opens all the red doors. There's lots of red doors going to different places. Justin says, I will be punching and kicking that ghost. Yes. Because you never know. It might work. What have I done? So anyway, I don't know how was he fitted in there to drag her out. I don't know, but somehow he has. Takes her upstairs. Elise, wake up. So anyway, so there's now we've got to go in after her. but they can only do it through like hypnosis and stuff. And she was always the one that did the hypnosis, so they've got to have a go. Because she says, Imogen says, I'll do it. I'll go in after her. You know, dreamscape style. So anyway, Specs has a go at hypnotising her, but he gets it all wrong. Justin says, say my prayers and eat my vitamins, brother. Get you 28-inch pythons or whatever the hell they were. Well, there's a snake, isn't it? A python. Anyway. Stone Cold Stunners. Or RKO out of nowhere. Anyway, so he's rubbish at it. So Tucker takes over and he hypnotizes her with his metronome that he just happens to have. And so she ends up in the further. There you go. She's in the further now. You can tell because it's dark and blue and the TV's on. Like that. Bet Carol Ann's in that telly. Right, so there's Elise, and here's Anna. Yes, Anna, isn't it? There's Anna. So she's going to guide her to where she needs to go. There we go. So she's got a lantern. Look, they're heading up to the prison, and there's the red door. So she's got to go in there. She says, I can't go in because he'll capture me again or whatever. Something along those lines. So in she goes. There you go. Is it this bit? He'll take me again. There we go. You'll find what you're looking for in there. I forgot what she's looking for. The whistle? Not sure. Anyway, so there we go. So she's looking round. Meanwhile, Elise has obviously woken up, so she's having a wonder about as well. There's the wall with the handprint on. And look, she's in prison. Her bedroom or whatever has become a prison cell. She's in hospital. And, look, here comes Keyface unlocking one of the doors. Anyway, they're going to have a big fight in a minute. Oh, there's the ghost of her dad. And he's going to try to atone now. Because he does apologise in a bit. He does protect his daughter by the end. There we go. Here comes Keyface now, look. But first Keyface says, beat him. Do what he did to you and all that stuff. So she does. She gives him a sound thrashing. There we go. But then I think she stops because she realizes, I'm not going to feed you any more hatred, demon. Just get some holy water or something. Some pretend, spiritual holy water. But, look. How angry is she there? Anyway, so they're going to have a big fight, but where are we? The lipstick-faced demon, not lipstick-faced demon, the Keyface has got Melissa somewhere. Got all of Imogen there, and Melissa appears somewhere. I can't remember. Look, she's got a thing round her neck. Where's Melissa? There we go. Grabs Melissa and stabs her through her chest. There we go. And the real life Melissa obviously starts convulsing and the heart stops and everything. They're going to try and save her life, clear and all that stuff. But they're having this fight in the further. Look, he's going, knocks her over and he's going to get her. But Imogen sees the whistle. There we go, and throws it to Elise, but she can't. It's just out of reach. She can't just reach it. But luckily, her dad's stick that she was beating him with, and then she broke it in two, so it's got a sharp point on it now. Is closer, so she grabs that instead. Oh, I've missed it. I've gone past that bit. Where are we? Have we got past? Where is it? There we go. She stabs it in the eye in a minute, I think. Because she grabs that stick. Where the hell is... No, that's that. Because she's got to distract it. There we go. She grabs the stick and stabs the Keyface in the... Oh, no, in the nose. Not in the eye. In the nose hole. Whatever they're called. Nasal cavity. In the septum. And so then she can grab the whistle. And she blows it. And then the ghost of her mother appears. Look at the light comes back on. It just reminds me of another film where a similar thing happened. I can't remember what it was. I know it kind of sort of happens a little bit at the end of Woman in Black, the Daniel Radcliffe version. But I can't remember the other film. You know, like Mother's ghost comes to save the day. That happens here. Yeah, here she is. Look, here's Audrey, and says, get away from her, you bitch. But she doesn't say that. She says, get away from my daughter, or something like that. Does she? I think she does. No, she picks that up. Come on, say it. Say it. She's not saying, there we go. Hands off my little girl. That's it. And so what does she do with him? I can't remember what she does with him. she soon dispatches him. And I'm not sure. It's just, a mother's love. There we go. Hits it with the lantern, the magic lantern, and sends him flying into the void. Forever? I don't know. Don't think he comes back. I can't remember. But anyway, there we go. Saved you. Oh, thank you, mummy, and all that stuff. And there we go. So now they've got to find their way out. So they've got to find the proper door to get back out, a red door. And they end up going through, they see a red door, they go through it, but they come across a little kid. There we go. Little kid, they're in an attic. This is the kid that ends up from the first film. I forgot his name. One's called Foster and one called something else. Oh, it'll say it here, won't it? I've got it up here on me. Dalton. There we go. Dalton. Why do you call your kids Foster and Dalton? They're surnames. Anyway, never mind. See, he falls off that ladder in the first film. And then he sees this red door open. But in the first film, we don't see what comes out of the red door. But we find out here now. In the fourth film, it's Elise. So that's why he's looking weird. So just say, right, okay, sorry, wrong door. So they go back. But she leaves the door open. As we see there, she leaves the door open. Which apparently that let lipstick-faced demon in to get Dalton, apparently. From what I read. I don't know if that's true, that's what I read. So they go try some more doors, and she wakes up. There's Melissa and all that, because they're in the right place now. She has one last embrace with her mother, and I got a bit emotional here again as well. Who wouldn't like a last embrace with their mother, especially if they're gone like mine. But anyway, so that were all nice and lovely, and off she goes back into the further. And Imogen wakes up back at the house, and everything's lovely. And Elise wakes up and says, "We've got to get to the hospital." So they go running to the hospital, and they see everything's lovely and everybody's happy. Yay! And he's even happy now. She gives him the whistle back by there. This is yours. And he says, "I'm sorry. Can you forgive me?" And she basically says, "There's nothing to forgive. I shouldn't have left you," which she shouldn't have. But anyway, they're friends again now. So there we go. So they're going to have a hug. There we go. Hey, lots of hugs in this film. Yay. So even they even kiss, look. He gives her a big kiss. He gives Imogen a big kiss. And you think, all right, obviously Tucker, he wants a taste of the other one, Melissa. And she seems up for it, but he just steals her jelly instead. Her jello or whatever. Where is it? There we go. There we go. So are they, because this is obviously close to the events of Insidious, because we're going to see in a minute, because it's going to follow on. So are they now seeing them two girls? Because they're never mentioned in Insidious. But anyway. There was another scene earlier on when they're rooting about, when Tucker and Elise are rooting about in the house. Tucker finds a gas mask, and he says, I can use this later. I can make something out of it. Which is kind of suggestion that it's what we saw in the first film. Elise puts on this gas mask as like a mini, what's the word? Sensory deprivation chamber sort of thing. So he'll have to be quick, won't he, doing this? Justin says, hooray for hugs. Yes, should be more hugs in the world. Anyway, so everything's all lovely and happy now, and she's saying, I've realised, I don't want to die and all that stuff. She's surrounded by death and ghosts and stuff, and I don't want to die because I've got my family, you two lads. But he's got a ticket. So anyway, then they seem to cut to, I don't know, stock footage of the desert because they get a bit of thunder and lightning. And where is it? The children driving away. Quick stock footage of the desert. There we go with a bit of. Couldn't they find some stock footage of, couldn't they? I don't know, but whatever. And they're back home again now. There we go. I presume she's dreaming again. Oh, why, yes. She's seeing what happens with Dalton. Are we going to get a glimpse of the lipstick-faced demon? Yes, we do. This is the probably the last jump scare of the film. Dalton's asleep. There's Rose Byrne and Patrick Wilson talking about what goes on in their house. I don't want to skip too far ahead. There we go. In the first film, we get it does like a slow, what they call it, dolly or whatever, towards the window. And you think something's going to happen. You can just see leaves on the tree outside rustling. And you think something's going to happen. And it never does. It always cuts away. But here, it's going to show us probably what did happen. Because this is the last jump scare of the film. Joseph Bashar has come in. There he is. Oh, Pete's sake. The lipstick-faced demon's arrived. Hey. So she wakes up. Just as the phone rings, I think. Yes, it is. And it's, I forgot the name of the actress now. Super famous actress, Barbara Hershey. Is it? Yes, Barbara Hershey. Barbara Hershey's on the phone saying, hello, is that Elise? I forgot her name. Lorraine, is it? Yes, God, I don't remember that. This is Lorraine Lambert. You helped my son years and years ago, with the stuff from the first film. And so she says, okay, it's Dalton. Tell Josh I'll be there in the morning or whatever. And so that's there we go. So this is what's leading in to the first film. It's like a full circle now, isn't it? Because she dies. Spoilers. She dies in the first film. But there we go. And then it just ends. So we're going to go into the first film now. So Tucker's going to have to work quick to get that gas mask working. But it's suggesting the first film that they've used that a lot. But they can't have done but anyway, whatever. Bad script writing. But there we go. That's the end of Insidious, The Last Key. There we go. Produced by Oren Peli. I wonder how much he's worth now. I'm going to look that up. Remember, Oren Peli was the man behind Paranormal Activity, which were made for $15,000, made $170 million at the box office or something like that. What's he worth now? Oren Peli, net worth. Let's have a look. His net worth, $30 million. His net worth now. Blimey O'Reilly. 193 million Paranormal Activity made worldwide on a budget of 15,000. I presume that was the original budget. But we're not talking about that, are we? So yeah, anyway, so there we go. That's Paranormal Activity, The Last Key. Actually, a good film. I liked that. I love the first one. It's one of my favourites. The second one's okay. I don't love it. It's okay. The third one I really liked, and this one I really liked as well. And The Red Door I thought was bloody rubbish. But anyway, thank you, Justin. Thank you very much. Justin says, don't forget to like and subscribe. Yes, don't forget to do that. And don't forget to watch to the end and stuff like that. Or I can if you want to replay it after it's all done, you don't even have to watch it. Just leave it playing in the background somewhere. Just go away, do something, and just leave it playing for the algorithm. But yes, it's a good movie. It is, and it's well worth a watch. But the next one isn't. Oh, the next one is. We're back in the normal timeline. That's actually in the future, I suppose, isn't it? It's all present day because Dalton's grown up a bit, hasn't he? He's like a young adult now, and it's all about that. The Red Door is an acquired taste. I'm going to have to watch it again. and see if I can get to like it. Because maybe we'll have to do it one day, won't we? Because I've done the first 4. We'll have to carry on. Anywho, so there we go. So that's the end of that. I like the closing credits. Kind of cool. I did like the opening titles for the first film, where you like get little glimpses of ghosts and stuff. I thought that was cool. This is a bit too CG, but anyway, so there we go. That's that. I'll get rid of that. Get rid of that and go over there. There we go. Oh, press. Oh no, we're on it. It went a different colour then for a moment, didn't it? That was weird. Right, so yes, we'll leave it there. So go and give it a watch. It's well worth it. Links are in the description for where you can watch it. I say it's on Amazon and all them places. It is well worth a look. I do like that film. It is one of the better ones. Right, so we'll leave it there. What's coming up next? On Monday, my lips stuck together then as we're talking. On Monday, where have I put it? I put my DVDs and stuff all the wrong places. Here it is. On Monday, to commemorate the passing of Sam Neill, we're going to break down and review Jurassic Park 3, because we've done the first 2 films already. So we're doing Jurassic Park 3. So that's an underrated film, one that's kind of unfairly maligned, in my opinion. I'm jiggling about in my chair a bit because I need the loo. Oh, dear. Win Grace says, hope you all don't have a scary weekend. I probably will. Probably will, but, just regular scary. Fun times, says Beardy Brits. Nice. Everyone have fun and safe weekend. Try to stay out of the wildfire smoke if you can. We've even got them here. I presume I don't know if they're under control. It's been, moorland fires and stuff. Not immediately near me, but not that far away. Hope they've got them under control, because we haven't had any rain for ages. But yeah. Anyway. So yes, so that's what's coming up. That's on Monday. I don't know what next week's Friday Night Appointment with Fear is going to be. If I can't find anything, that's got like an anniversary or something, we might do Aerobicide, aka Killer Workout. We might do that. On my newly acquired actual proper disc. Look, that I bought off Amazon. The German print. It does have an English audio track, don't worry. So we might do that if I can't find anything else. Right, we'll leave it there. Done and dusted. So thanks, Justin, and Beardy Brits, and Win Grace. Anybody else popping? Did anybody else pop in? Because I'm terrible for not remembering. I think that's it, isn't it? Yes. So thanks for keeping me company. Oh, I Fancheered. Fancheered's listening in as Fancheered sorts out. I don't know if Fancheered's a lady or a mister. I don't know. They're listening in the background as they sort stuff out. So yes. Oh, there we go. There's Fancheered back again. Stay cool if you can. Are you a lady or a Mr. Fancheered? I don't know. Right. So thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other. Don't have nightmares. Hang on, I'll get sorted here. Where are we? Where is it? There we go. Don't have nightmares. And until next time, I'll say that. And don't forget to subscribe to Beardy Brits and Win Grace and Fancheered as well. Don't forget that as well. And all that stuff. And like and subscribe. Blah, blah, blah. Hang on. Somebody's dropped a comment. Fancheered is a lady. So, right. But best behaviour now. Right. Okie dokie. We can go now. I'll say they.